Okay,
added.
cool. Okay, let's break that down so we don't go so fast. Now, first of
Oh,
all, can you tell us like how, like, what are all the different ways that you looked for storage facilities, and how do you even now? How are you finding storage facilities to buy, or how are
so
you?
the three primary ways are calling, cold calling, create your own list, looking on Google Maps, and typically when I'm looking on Google Maps, I look at cities usually with a population of at least 5,000, and then when I hone in on those cities, I look up all the storage facilities, and then I find the ones that really that don't have a website. But even the facilities that do have a website, sometimes you'll notice the website's just antiquated, like 10 years old, and it's just like a one-page website. I still put them on my list as well. And I create a list from that, from Google searching, and then I would reach out to those owners, and that was kind of like my cold calling list. And then during my searches, I would go through the list and cold call them, and then I would go ahead and drive to them as well. I feel like when you actually meet the owners in person, you do get a little bit better engagement. Um, I did a contract from cold calling. Actually, I got two contracts from cold calling, but they both fell through. uh, but I mean, you're able to get in touch with the owners and make some sort of conversation and engagement over the phone. You just kind of you gotta see what works best for you, basically. The third
So,
way,
so yeah, I was gonna say real fast, how much time does this take to do all this? Like, how, like I know you are working, you had a full-time job and
yeah.
stuff. So
So
give
if
us
you're
an idea.
working, I think out of this whole self storage investing, I think finding deals is what takes up the most time. And yes, I was working at the time full time, and I would be driving on weekends and doing everything part time, which it could be a lot, but I wanted to get out of my day job at the time, so that's what I was doing.
How many people did you call? How many owners did you talk to? And how long did it take you to find this facility?
The first one happened relatively quick. That one probably on my first mailer. Actually, so it was weird because I drove out, I saw his storage sign on one of the highways, but I didn't see his actual facility, and I put it on my list. And then on my very first mail that I sent out, he called, and then that's when we met up and started discussing things. I did a few mailers after that, and pretty much it was crickets. Didn't really get much. So I guess it's just a matter of timing with some of these owners. But that first one was from a mailer. The two contracts that fell through were from cold calling, and then the second facility I acquired, that was from cold calling. That closed this past December. And then the one that I'm working on right now, is a combination of driving and calling.
Okay, so you're still doing calling and driving and stuff.
Correct. At the moment, I've kind of stopped a little bit as we were doing the expansion and then working through this contract right now and turning things around on the second facility because we just closed on it in December. So just still going through that turnover process at the moment. But yes,
Okay, cool. Okay, all right. So driving, calling, and you had a third way. What was the third way?
the mailers.
The mailers. Okay, so
Yeah.
sending letters out as well too. So this is basically how you find your facilities. Okay, and then okay, now let's go through. So you said now you have the first one that you bought, and then you have the second one that you closed on, and then you just did the expansion. So that's kind of what you've been doing. And then you have a third one under contract.
Yes. So
Okay.
we closed on the second one. That guy called me back probably last September, October. I think it took about 2 or 3 months to close, and we closed in December, like a week before Christmas. Worst time
Which
to
one was
close.
this? Remind me about this one.
That one was in Thompson.
Okay.
It's about
Okay, so yeah, give
30
us how big is
minutes,
that?
30 minutes west of Augusta, for those who are familiar with Georgia. Uh, that one is 74 units, 11,000 square feet. And pretty much
Okay.
same
Cool.
situation there. The owner had did everything paper and pen. You know, it was 90% plus occupied. He was willing to provide tax returns, and I ended up getting a loan with the same bank. And I did the significant rent raises on this facility and lost probably maybe 35% of the tenants. So at the moment right now in the turnover phase to start bringing people back in. And he had no website either, so implemented that. I have a guy doing the digital marketing as well. And